Today's topic, Christianity. What is the point of this Christian theme? Politics wants religion. This is the essence of Christian history. I am not criticizing Christianity at all. Then, why did you make the first world history chapter on the Christian side? Because there are so many misunderstandings about this religion called Protestantism. Isn't Protestantism Christianity? Christianity only talks about Protestantism, so why are you talking about Catholicism and Protestantism? So there are so many misunderstandings like this that I need to correct this a bit. And the important thing is to know the history of Christianity to understand current world history and international politics. What do you need to know the history of Christianity? Of course you should know the Bible. We need to understand this humanity that the Bible talks about. Because that's what people believe in. I need to know a little bit about the history of the Bible to know the history of Christianity, regardless of whether I trust or not trust what is called the Bible. Since this topic is the history of Christianity, let's put aside the theory that most anthropologists say, all mankind must have started from Africa. From now on, for fun, I'll tell you a simple story with an analogy. It's just fun. God in the beginning created the first human beings, Adam and Eve. If you look at Genesis, now that God created the heavens and the earth in the beginning, the earth looks so boring. So I want to raise something, so now I raise Adam and Eve. But Adam and Eve do not obey God very well. God clearly tells them not to eat the tree of knowledge of good and evil, but they listen to the serpent's words and eat the tree of knowledge of good and evil. As soon as you eat it, you will be kicked out of the Garden of Eden, which was now a full-option penthouse class. Later, Adam and Eve had children after they were expelled from the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve gave birth to offspring, and offspring gave birth to offspring, and offspring's offspring. And now there are descendants of descendants, and now the population of the earth has increased. However, the descendants of Adam and Eve are too uncooperative with God. Their ancestors didn't listen to God and ate the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and they were really uncooperative. God endured and endured, but he thought, I can't do it anymore if you leave these bastards like this, so I thought, I need to format humanity once. And then God says, now that you're too uncooperative with me, the flood is going to come. What is this? This is the famous Noah's Ark. Now, God told Noah to tell the people around him, now bring everyone in the neighborhood and put them on the ark, otherwise there will be a flood and you will all be formatted as a true human race. But even though Noah now tells them to get on the ark, people around them say, that bastard is crazy. They were building an ark without a single drop of rain, and now God is talking crazy saying that a flood is coming. In the end, Noah put only his family and animals on that Noah's Ark, 1 + 1. Noah survived and continued to produce descendants. Even those who don't go to church have heard of Abraham, the 10th descendant of Noah. Abraham also gave birth to many of his children. Abraham's descendants also had many children. Beginning with Abraham, the descendants now begin to believe in this religion. Descendants of Abraham believe in God and live their lives, believing that the one and only God, Jehovah God, is the only one chosen among mankind in the whole world. The one and only God, the Lord, has chosen us. Thank you so much. Our people are awesome. I live by believing in these religions. This is Judaism. In fact, it can be said that Abraham founded Judaism. One of Abraham's sons was Isaac. Isaac also had a son, this is Jacob. During this period, it was possible to have several wives. But Jacob lacked the wisdom of family life. Jacob liked his second wife more than his first wife. At this time, the child born to the second wife was Joseph. When Jacob only liked the second wife, the first wife and her children were very angry with Jacob. So her first wife and brothers sold Joseph to slave traders. Also, the slave traders who bought Joseph sold him to Egypt. Now, the main character of this story is Joseph. As those who have seen Joseph's paintings know, he has a beautiful body and a handsome face, and he's kind. Why? Joseph is the main character. Joseph is so sincere and kind that people really like him. Isn't it like Joseph was sold into Egypt as a slave? If he was sold into slavery, well, his life is over. Slaves have to work for the rest of their lives. But the Bible says that Joseph has a good-looking face, a good personality, and God protects him. So, as the main character buffs, he becomes the secretary of the chief bodyguard of the Pharaoh king of Egypt. However, the security officer's wife falls in love with Joseph and seduces him. Joseph is the main character now. What happens if the main character is chosen by God but falls for the temptation? What's wrong with that movie? Joseph tells her, "Go away, Don't do this to me. Then she got so mad she told her husband. It was something like, I'm so scared that Joseph tried to rape me, so please punish Joseph. So now Joseph actually goes to jail. Now Joseph was destined to spend the rest of his life in prison. At that time, the crime of rape was blown away from the neck, or just worked as a slave for the rest of my life and died after living in prison. But is he the main character? He gets out of jail. How did Joseph, who was destined to die while living in prison, come out?